The following program is produced by the Alliance of Youth Leaders in the United States, a child organization of American Youth Leadership Foundation. Please support us to make contributions to our great nation.
To this day, the Rubik's Cube has been the best-selling toy in the whole entire world. And so today I'll teach you all how to solve the Rubik's Cube. But first, let's dive into the background before we learn how to solve it. Erno Rubik, who I had actually met, was born in Hungary in 1944. Erno was a teacher that loved to present information in a different way. So in 1974, he created the first working prototype of the Rubik's Cube to teach students about three-dimensional geometry. After this, he wanted to market it. They were called the Magic Cubes. During this time, Hungary was part of the communist regime behind the Iron Curtain, and so it could not be marketed to the rest of the world. But then you may ask, then how did this toy become the possession of nearly every kid in the whole entire world? So, the Magic Cube was taken to a toy fair, and a man by the name of Tom Creamer saw a lot of potential in this toy and sold it to the rest of the world. The name was then changed to the Rubik's Cube because the Magic Cube had a name that had overtones of witchcraft, and hence the Rubik's Cube was created. Now, there are not only 3x3 cubes, but also 4x4s, 5x5s, Pyraminx, Ghost Cube, Megaminx, Siamese Cubes, etc. And so then, how do you solve the Rubik's Cube? Now, you may think that this is extremely hard because there are about 43 quintillion ways to scramble a cube. But the thing is, it doesn't really matter how you scramble it, it's always solvable. And just like Erno Rubik said, if you are curious, you'll find the puzzles around you. If you are determined, you will solve them. Okay, so first off, before I teach you how to solve the Rubik's Cube, we need to know some notations. Notations are used to understand algorithms. So first, you have U, which is just doing this, moving the up one to the left, and then U prime is moving it to the right, L is moving it down on the left, and L prime is moving it up on the left. You have F, which stands for front face, which is moving it clockwise, and then F prime is counterclockwise. And you have R on the right face, moving it up, R prime, right face, moving it down. And then B for back face, you look at the very back one here, and you move it this way. That's back, and then back prime, B prime, that's moving it the other way around. And so those are your notations. Alright, so next we want to learn the different pieces. So you have the corner pieces, which are these things in the corner. The center pieces are the pieces in the very center. And then the edge pieces are the ones in the middle. So now I'll take you through the general steps on how to solve the cube. The first step is to get the white cross. And so when you solve for the white cross, it will look like this, but the piece on the side, the center and edge piece, should be matching. And next you want to get the white side. And so, as you can see here, the colors here are corresponding. And then next, you want to get the middle layer. And so, as you can see, the middle side is all solved. And now we want to get a yellow cross, similar to the white cross we had. And so you have this. And then finally, you solve for the other side. And you got this. And then lastly, you have the third layer, and you're just solving for this third layer. You'll have two algorithms for this. There you go. So now let's dive into the specifics. Alright, so the white cross, the first two steps, is very intuitive. So what you want to do is you want to look for each edge piece that has a white one on. So you see here, there's a white piece, a white piece. And remember, edge pieces are the one in this middle. So for example, this piece wouldn't count because that's on the corner. I'm going to look for the ones on the middle. And then, so pick one of those edge pieces. Let's say I pick this one. Now look at the other color on it. So here we have a white edge piece. The other color here is orange. Now, you want to find the center piece with the corresponding color. Since this one is orange, we're going to find the orange center. That's here. Now, you want to move this piece so that it's under the center piece. So as you can see here, the color here corresponds to each other. Now, in this case, since the colors correspond to each other, just move the cube to the left, and R2, and there you go, you got one part of your cross. Now, let's look at this white and red piece. So, we found the red center, and so we move it down, and we move it over, so that's under it, but then look, it's a checkerboard pattern, right? So if we tried to do what we just did, it wouldn't work. The white wouldn't be up here, and the red wouldn't be here. So you could use this algorithm. And now it works. And so you would do this for each of the other edge pieces. And there you go. You have the white cross. The next step is doing the white corners. This is also very intuitive. So now you want to look at all the corners with a white piece on. For example, this one, this one, this one, and this one. What you want to do is you want to get the piece to the third layer, which is here. Not on top, but on the side third layer. So let's look at this piece. It's white, and then let's look at the other piece here, green and orange. So what we want to do is you want to find the green and orange center piece, which is here and here. So we found these two center pieces, and what we want to do is get it so that it comes down here, so it corresponds like this. But if you see here, if we just move it down, we killed our cross. So how do we get it down without removing our cross? So get it over it, just as if you were going to just do this. But instead of doing that first, move it to the side, and then move this up, back, and down. And as you can see, we put the white piece in place, and you have part of your white face done. So now, let's look at here. Well, you have white, red, blue, but it's down, but it's not here. Similar to what we just did, we'd be doing the exact opposite. So we would move it back up, out, and back down. And as you can see, now it's on the third layer. And then you do the same thing as before, and you have another part solved. So next, another case is what if it's on the very top, but not on the side? If you try to do what we did before, it wouldn't get down to the bottom, and it would ruin the cross. So what you would do is you do the exact same algorithm on any one of them, as long as the white side has not been solved, and now it gets you down here. And this is just like what we just did before. You want to get it up here. Doing this will break the cross, so you move it up, away, and back. And then you can just do what you were doing before and put it in. Simple. So next, you want to get the middle layer. So you want to look for all the edge pieces that don't have a yellow piece on. So this one, blue and yellow, wouldn't work. Don't worry about that. And so let's look at this red and blue one for now. So red and blue, you want to find the one on the third layer, not on the top, third layer. Look at the color, it's red. And then find the centerpiece that corresponds with that color. Red. Move it over. Now you want to look at the other piece on the edge, blue. So find the center there, that's over here, and that's on the left. So what we want to do is we want to get this centerpiece to go here. You might think, oh, we can just do that, but look, you ruined your white face. That's not going to work, as you can see. So you need to get down here without ruining your white face. What you do this algorithm as shown. there you go. So let's look at this one, red and green. So then, right now we're trying to move from left to right. But then, this wouldn't exactly work that well. With the previous algorithm we did, you were trying to move from right to left. So when you move from left to right, you follow this algorithm. Right? Now, the last case. What if you have something here? It's not on top, and if you try to move it on top, again, it will break the white side. So, you would just use either one of the algorithms that were just shown, and now it's out. And now you can just use the algorithm again. It's back in, do it for the other edge, and now you got your middle layer done. So, next is the yellow cross. There are two algorithms you need to know for this. The first one is for if you see something like this, an L, an inverted L, or a dot. Just a dot. When you're doing this, don't worry about the corners. Take no notice of them. You do not need them at all. So, you see that it's an L. Here's the algorithm. There you go. You have a yellow cross. And so now, the other one that you need to know is if there's just a line. This line is very similar to the previous algorithm, and it goes like this. And again, we're given our yellow cross. Now we want to solve for the yellow side. There's only one algorithm you need to know to solve for the yellow side. First off, you want to face it so that you have a yellow piece on the third layer on your top left, which is this right there. If you don't have it here, say for instance if I try to do it on this like this, there's no yellow piece here, it's not going to work. You want to have it on the top left. And so you do this algorithm. And then, so we come to here. It's not solved yet, but again, we look for where the yellow is on the top left, right here, and we do the algorithm. And we're taken here. Now, once you get it so that you have a cross, but you have an extra one down here, and where it looks exactly like this, make sure so that you're facing it like this. And so, when you face it like this, you do the algorithm, and it might take you here, and like this, and then you do the algorithm again. Yellow side is finished. Finally, you get to the third layer. There's two algorithms for this. The first one is if you have a pattern on one of the sides with A, B, A, or AAA, where it solves the whole side, or you have something like this. So if you have something like this, or if you don't even see any of this at all, you want to make it so that you're holding it like this, and if you have a pattern here, you want to make it face away from you, and you hold it like this, and you do this algorithm. There you go. Now you'll be taken to a place like this. You want to make it so that each side is solved as much as possible. So as you can see, the orange is fully solved, green is red, and blue is almost all solved. And you want to look at, so you want to make it so that the fully solved side is facing away. And you want to look at this color right here, the other color, not the red, but the one that doesn't match. And you want to look where it is. So here you can see that the green is going to the right, is on the centerpiece on the right. So you know that you want to move this piece over here. And so if you want to move this right, you follow this algorithm. And there you go. You've solved the Rubik's Cube. But, as I said before, what if you want to move to the left? It will look something like this, so that the blue needs to go here. It's not green, which is here. You want to make it to go to the left. So it's very similar as well. You follow this algorithm. And remember, solving the Rubik's Cube takes lots of practice and time, so you'll need to memorize these algorithms thoroughly. And once you're done, it should look something like this.
If you enjoyed this program, please join us. The Alliance of Youth Leaders website is www.aylus.org. We also have a Facebook group at www.facebook.com/groups/AYLUS. The American Youth Leadership Foundation website is www.aylfus.org.